Alright, so as you can see here, what I've brought down today is the Pattern 14, also known as the Mark III No. 1, designed by England during World War One. Tell you what, this is probably the best firearm I've probably ever bought, bolt action wise. I mean, I love my Mosin Nagant, but I'll tell you what, this thing, the action on it is very smooth and everything. So, but this thing was extensively used throughout World War One and Two. Then the thing kind of came to an end. You know, bolt action rifles were kind of shipped off to the very poor countries that kind of needed guns, and you know, just a lot of them were lost. So to be able to get some that weren't lost, you know, it's kind of a nice thing to have here. So, but you know, the whole fully automatic rifles came in, and the semi-autos, and kind of really killed the bolt action rifles after World War II. So, and during World War II too, also. So, yeah. Mine here is Pattern 14, I believe made in 1918. It has a little Pattern 14 crest down here on the stock here. It's got all the little crowns and whatnot. And yeah, so this one shoots the 303, as most English rifles did. Now, I will say though, if you go to a gun store and you see something that looks a lot like this, look at it, you know, check it out, and buy it. Don't leave. Just stay there, buy it, even if you know, you have to use a whole bunch of cash on you or something, or a credit card. Just buy it. You know, they're very nice rifles. Although, take a look at it too. Don't go ahead and just buy 303 ammo with it right away, because in 1917, the Americans made an exact copy of this, except it shot the 30-06 shell. So they wanted a rifle that would, you know, as reliable as the English, but use the ammunition that they had so much of. So, mainly because, you know, the 1903 Springfield was very successful for the Americans at the time, and they wanted to keep using that round because at the time it shot like a extremely powerful round. So, but the 303, I'll tell you what, I'd probably choose this thing over a 30-06 any day, mainly because it actually shoots a lot faster than the 30-06. 30-06 shoots about 2,400 feet per second, or 2,500 feet per second. The 303 shoots 2,700 feet per second. So that's, you know, these things were known for accuracy in their long range. So and also the bolt action on this, actually, what I want to get to here. The bolt action, you know, the Mausers, you know, they made the Germans made their actions famous mainly because it worked during World War One. It was just, you know, it was probably one of the best actions ever used, or the most commonly used action still in the world today. But kind of the ones that are, you know, kind of forgotten is, like, you know, the ones that the English made. And I'm telling you, these are probably the best bolts I've ever held before, ever worked before. Mainly because it is so fast. You can actually get more rounds down in a minute with this thing, and accurately too, than a Mauser. I mean, that's why when these things were started to get introduced, and Germans and English went head to head, these things, I mean, they were able to start shooting at a longer distance while the Germans were still running at them, to be able to get in within range with for deadly hits. I mean, you really can't compare that to anything else. I mean, they started shooting a good, like, what, I believe they would start shooting around 1,200 yards, and then the Germans would try to get within the 800-yard mark. Mainly, you know, just they want to be able to make sure that they can get them. I mean, they had the power, but they didn't really have the range and the accuracy for it. So, but I mean, when this thing came out, it really just started to dominate. But, you know, everybody, I guess, really kept on looking towards the Mausers. So, you know, the reason why I think this is probably one of the best rifles ever, or the actions are probably the best ever, is mainly because of the way that it actually works. As you may know, with Mausers and modern rifles today, they always cock on the opening. Now, you heard a little click there, but that's not it cocking. So every time, you know, you have to cock it, you're using more energy to be able to have to cock it and then pull it back and then push it forward again. And it made it just a little bit slower. But this one, pushing it up is an ease on this one. Mainly because it actually cocks on the closing of the rifle. So, it actually made it a heck of a lot faster. So I mean, as you can see there, you gotta push it forward a little bit, and that's it cocking right there. And it really made it extremely fast. And if you ever heard of the Mad Minute before, Mausers, they were pretty known for getting about 20 to 25 rounds out a minute. Skilled shooter might be able to get around 30. Like if you ever heard of the Mosin Nagant, which you probably have, those got about 15 to 20 rounds out a minute. And then the Enfields, any Enfield, they actually were able to shoot out about a good 35 to 40 rounds per minute, mainly because of how fast it was. And they were extremely accurate too in those Mad Minutes. So you can buy stripper clips for these. If you have a Lee Enfield, the stripper clips for this may not be as compatible. They did make some changes between the World War I stripper clips and the World War II stripper clips. So I bought a set of World War I stripper clips at a reenactment that I went to in January, the Battle of the Bulge in Fort Indian Town Gap. So bought about 3 of them off the guy, $2 a piece. So this is it right here. They're very similar to a Mosin Nagant one, except they have holes in them and they're just a tad bit shorter, I believe. Yeah, and but unfortunately, with the way that mine was spoilerized, I'm assuming this guy wanted to be able to load the rounds in a little bit easier, and the notches, I guess, for him got in the way, and so I can actually see file marks where the notches would have been on this rifle. So, but these ones are duds here that I have. So, they're very easy to use. So, and very fast too. Now I didn't go extremely fast there, but that's just 5 rounds there in less than a second, or probably about a second and a half. So, but yeah, 5 rounds, 303. One of the fastest shooting bullets. So, tell you what, and with these stripper clips, anybody that really went up against them during World War I was kind of, really had not much of a chance. So, just the way the British really work with their rifles is unbelievable. So, yeah, man, I really don't know what else to say about this rifle. It's just too awesome. So, safety on the side's pretty nice to it. I actually seen a guy in his video where he said, his was a pattern 17, but and it was exactly the same. But he said that his magazine cutoff to be able to put 1 round in at a time was this little lever back here. For mine, it's a safety. I've actually never worked with a pattern 17 yet, so I really wouldn't know it. But that's what the guy said on his, but mine's a safety. So, I mean, the safety on this one does not allow the bolt to come up as it should on most rifles, and also the trigger will not work the trigger. So, yeah. Pattern 14, Mark III, number 1. Tell you what, probably one of the finest rifles I'll ever get to hold. Very nice. I'd actually choose this thing over a Lee Enfield any day. For those of you who know what that is. Mainly, I just love the way this one looks, so it's got a metal butt plate in the back, and also put your cleaning utensils in the back here. I actually found a tube in mine. I don't think it was for a gun, but it was a tube of something. So, yeah. Alright, well, that's my video on this thing. I'd appreciate if you subscribed. I'm assuming the button is up here. I know that when I record this, it's backwards, so, but I think it's right up here. And then, check out my other videos. I have quite a few. This is my first one on the Pattern 14. I'll probably get a few more out on it. So, subscribe. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, check it out. Oh, yeah, and ask me some questions if you need to. I got quite the knowledge here about some guns. I mean, I got a nice big book back there that I read every once in a while. But it actually has every firearm known to man. Ask me some questions, send me some emails, comment below, and tell me what I should add for next time, or what I should do a review on next time. I mostly have the list of everything I have. I think I've done a video with almost everything I have so far, but I'll put a list on the description. So, thank you for watching, and I think next week I'll probably do a 1911 video, so thank you.